Karyn Bryant for MMA H.E.A.T. I'm here with UFC President Dana White. It's UFC on Fox 7 already. 7. How good does this one feel to you?
No, it feels good. You know, I knew that we had a lot of hard work to do the last couple of years, and you know, it's paid off. It's really going well, and you know, we just had a great season. This last finale of The Ultimate Fighter, we had 1.2 million males 18 to 34 watch. It was #1 on all of television, broadcast, and cable. And the prelims for that fight on Fuel were the highest rated prelims we've ever done on Fuel, and the #2 fight ever on Fuel. So things are going great. Couldn't be better, and I'm happy.
Very nice. Now let's talk. I've known Gilbert Melendez for a long time now, and you really seem to have taken the Strikeforce guys under your wings. So let's talk about the unification for this. Why should people get excited about Gilbert Melendez if they haven't seen him?
Well, first of all, he's the guy, if you're not a hardcore fan, you don't know a lot about him, he's the guy that many people have believed has been the best 155-pounder in the world. But he's never had the opportunity to fight in the big show. And now he's coming in and he's facing Ben Henderson, who's on a roll and has defended his title. And I honestly believe for Ben, too, this is the fight where he's really going to gain the respect that he deserves if he beats Melendez. And obviously, if Gilbert wins, then everybody was right.
Everybody was right, especially Gilbert, who's been asking for this fight for a long time.
Yep.
It's very nice. Let's talk about Daniel Cormier. The guy's undefeated. How good do you think he is?
We're going to find out on Saturday night. I think he's really good. The fight that really proved him to me was the Josh Barnett fight. You know, Josh Barnett and I might not always see eye to eye, but I respect him as a fighter. And when he beat Josh Barnett, that was it. That said it for me. And when these two just weighed in, and when they went up, not weighed in, but squared off face to face, you know, they walked up, they were cordial or whatever, but then when they got nose to nose, Cormier said, "You're in big trouble, buddy, big trouble." And, you know, he was basically telling Frank, and Frank just stood there and stared at him.
It's going to be great. And the thing that's so great about Daniel, too, is now you have the option to have him as a 205er. Is that appealing to you? Very
appealing to me. I mean, I like him at heavyweight, and I love him at 205.
Also, Josh Thompson is somebody who was in the UFC a long time ago, is coming back. You put him up against somebody scrappy like Nathan Diaz. How good do you think that fight could be?
Well, let me put it to you this way. When's the last time you saw a crappy Nate Diaz fight? Yeah. You know what I mean? Nate Diaz is always exciting, and Josh Thompson's one of those fast-paced, move forward. It should be a really good fight.
Now, I do want to preview a little bit to next week. You know, everybody talks about the interview. You saw it, I'm sure, eventually, with Jon and Chael, talking to Jon Anik the other night on the Tough finale. What do you? I
actually, you know, they were standing 2 feet away from me, but I didn't hear what they said. But
it was more about the body language and the.
Oh yeah. No, here's what I do know. So that night before they even did the interview, you know, Jon said to me, "I've never wanted to hurt another fighter. I've never wanted to hurt somebody. You know, we go in there and I want to hurt this guy. He wants to hurt Chael Sonnen, yeah." And Chael, it's funny because everybody expected on the season of The Ultimate Fighter Chael to be doing the whole, you know, Chael thing. But Chael has played a different, and Jon Jones was worried about that. Jon Jones didn't want to go through that crap the whole season. And it's funny because Chael pulled a different kind of mental warfare on him, you know, the way that he's been acting. They were like buddy.
Guy, right.
Yeah, and kind of trying to get Jon to get his guard down, and Jon hasn't.
Oh man, well I tell you, I already, you know, respected Chael, his fighting ability and his ability to hype a fight, but as a coach, I thought he really delivered on that show.
Chael Sonnen's a stud, man. People don't understand. You know, I called all the best 205-pounders in the world. None of them wanted to fight Jon Jones on short notice. Chael Sonnen said yes. Then he went and coached against him and did a fantastic job. The season was about the fighters, not about themselves. And then as soon as the fight, you know, the finale was over, it's all about their fight. And here's the one thing you can expect. Jon Jones is the best guy, you know, the best 205-pounder in the world. He's on par to be one of the best ever. Chael Sonnen will go in there and try to beat him. You know, and that's gonna be a fun fight. Chael Sonnen will not be he won't be scared. He won't be afraid. He's gonna go right after Jon Jones, and he has some type of game plan he's gonna try to implement on him.
Well, and the interesting thing about Jon too is I feel like personality-wise, not even just the fighter in him, I feel like he's really coming into his own. The Jon that we knew a couple of years ago when he won is a very different man now. How do you see his evolution?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, he's growing up right in front of us. I mean, when he started in the UFC, I mean, he was a kid, and he's turning into a man in every sense of the word, and a real champion. So Jon Jones is just going to get, when I say he's going to get better, he's going to get better in every aspect of his life as he continues to get experience and get older.
And looking forward, I know that you and I have talked about a fight coming back to Boston. It's going to happen in August. How big are you guys going to blow that up?
Yeah,
no pun intended. I hate to say that.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm excited about that fight, and you know, I'm going to Boston. I'm going to Boston next weekend. We're doing the fight in New Jersey, then going over to Boston for some meetings over there. So. It's been a while. I'm pumped, and especially with this tragedy that just happened, it means a lot to me. So I'm excited.
What's crazy is that, you know, the marathon. That's something we've all been. You go to it. Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Well, it's a holiday for them. The kids have the day off school. You know, these people train not just the elite athletes that run the marathon, but you know. Every day, mom and pops, it's a goal for some people. People travel from all over the world to take it, and little kids are waiting at the finish line. You know, it's such chicken shit coward. You know, I don't like to talk about it much because I'll sound like an absolute psycho lunatic. If you knew what I think should be done to the guys that did this, I'd rather not say on camera.
Well, no, and it's different because when you see that stuff happening, you see the street corner that you hang out on. I know that place. I know that place. I know that place.
I used to, you know, we all used to go to the marathon and hang out around there. And it's on these streets where it's really cool streets where there's shopping and there's bars and there's restaurants, and you know, it's a fun, cool place to go. And it's just disgusting and sickening.
Lastly, I wonder if you have a comment on the Josh Rosenthal situation.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Thank you very much, Dana White. Have a great show Saturday night.
Thank you. Wow.
Totally.